What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing today on this beautiful Sunday morning here? Well, we're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals, and we're going to do our 7-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals. Extremely excited about it, guys. If you have not checked out the topics that we're going to talk about today, I want to go ahead and start off this morning just talking a little bit about Larry Fitzgerald while we're waiting for everybody to kind of trickle in, because last thing we want to do is have people come through and be like, oh, who was your first round pick? Who was your second round pick? We're going to wait, give it about 5-10 minutes. I want to talk a little bit about Larry Fitzgerald, but first things first, I want to give a big shout out to all the people that don't live in this country, that live, in Canada, live in the UK, live in Scotland, live anywhere else that is not in the, like, Arizona or in general. Big shout out to you guys that are living outside of where I am. So thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, guys. Big shout out to every single one of you guys. If you guys can do me a big favor, definitely smash that like button. It helps the channel grow out tremendously. Helps me out as well. We're going to have a very, very fun show today. I'm going to take some questions towards the end of the show. We're going to do a mock draft, and we're going to talk about Larry Fitzgerald. Obviously not in that order. It's actually reversed. We're going to talk about Larry Fitzgerald. We're going to do a 7-round mock draft, and then we are going to take Q&A, guys. So if you guys want, if this is your first time here being on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube live, you're probably catching me very, very good because I just upgraded my equipment. I just got a new 4K camera. I just got a brand new computer that's basically able to get me live, and I don't have to worry about lagging out and everything like that. So if I'm looking a lot crispier, if I'm looking a lot more fresher with my hair, that's exactly the reason why. Is because all the new equipment that I ended up getting because of you guys, watching my streams, because of you guys smashing the like buttons, because of the channel members, because of the super chatters, everything like that. So thank you so very much. I just want to go ahead and say thank you. I don't feel like I say it enough, but thank you so very much for letting this happen. Obviously, this is not a full-time job that I do here, but this is my passion. I love Arizona sports, everything that's related to it, guys. So let's dive into it, guys. Let's talk a little bit about Arizona Cardinals. Let me just do this real quick. I want to give quick shout-outs real quick just from a lot of people that are in the chats. We have Zylo says, I'm in Utah. Shout out to you. We have Jacob says, I'm in UK, England. Shout out to you too. So I'm actually glad that I'm doing this in the morning because Jordan P pointed something out very, very important. Like, hey, it doesn't matter. The AM it's nice to switch it up as well. But I do want to give the opportunity for people that don't live in the United States or don't live in the Arizona area, because I usually do stream around 6 p.m. Arizona time. They don't really get an opportunity to kind of come on here and interact with the chat. And I think that's probably the best part of going live, is having the interactive chat. So shout out to everybody that's on here on the East Coast. Shout out to people everybody that's out everywhere else. Just a big shout out to every single one of you guys. So let's just jump right into it, man. Let's go ahead and talk about Larry Fitzgerald. Now, I think Larry Fitzgerald is still a question in a lot of people's eyes. I'm still very concerned when it comes down to Larry Fitzgerald and the future of Larry Fitzgerald with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I know there was a lot of rumors, a lot of speculations. These big, talking heads in the national news always like to point up stories and bring stories up. They wanted to bring up to a point where they're saying, hey, maybe he wants to go to Tampa Bay to get a ring, to chase a ring, something along those lines. Maybe he won't come to the Arizona Cardinals. And now that we're looking right now, less than 2 weeks into the draft, we still don't know the future of Larry Fitzgerald. Obviously, the first thing I did every time I wake up for like a week straight before free agency was look up Larry Fitzgerald to see if there was any news, anything that's currently going on. But there wasn't. There's absolutely nothing new that has changed from the moment that we heard that Steve Keim interview saying, hey, there's nothing new going on. Nothing has changed. Larry Fitzgerald has been playing golf a lot. He's been enjoying what time he has in the offseason, which definitely rightfully so. I mean, honestly, Larry Fitzgerald is the GOAT in multiple people's eyes. He cannot do any wrong. He is the example of a pro athlete. When it comes to the Arizona Cardinals, anybody who's not an Arizona Cardinal fan, they look at Larry Fitzgerald as the face of the organization, and rightfully so. So there's a lot of big concern coming around saying, hey, is Larry Fitzgerald coming back? Well, if I go on an interview with like another YouTube channel, so let's say, for example, I was invited to another YouTube channel, the first thing they ask me is, hey, what's happening with Larry Fitzgerald? What's going on? We're pretty much in the dark, as much as everybody else as well. We don't have any other information other than that. But I wanted to kind of put my 2 cents into the matter before we start our 7-round mock draft. We will start a 7-round mock draft. I apologize. I wanted to just give it a little few minutes, maybe about 5-10 minutes before everybody kind of trickles in so we can get started on that mock draft. But yeah, Larry Fitzgerald, man, we still don't know what's going on. Somebody asked me, hey, would you be mad? Would you be sad? if Larry Fitzgerald did decide to go to another team to, to chase a ring. I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't blame the guy one bit. I actually encourage it. I honestly do feel like one of those things where Larry Fitzgerald needs to get a ring to kind of, in his own fulfillment anyways. I feel like he needs to fulfill something within him, and I think he's still missing that ring. And if he wants to do that, I wouldn't be mad, but I definitely would be sad. I can't imagine Larry Fitzgerald be in another uniform other than a Cardinal uniform, especially Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, whenever it comes down to it. So I would love to see Larry Fitzgerald obviously return to the Cardinals, but it would have to be at a very, very minimum veteran deal. And I do not think Larry Fitzgerald will accept that in this point of his career. And that's the point that concerns me. Now, let me go ahead and speak a little bit about Steve Keim. Steve Keim has been on an interview saying that he still doesn't know what's going on with Larry Fitzgerald. Cliff Kingsbury he still doesn't know. It's hard for me to believe that they don't know yet. I'm pretty sure they were in communications with him, and I'm pretty sure they're hiding something away. It makes sense. I'm not sitting here to say, hey, you should tell us exactly what Larry Fitzgerald said. No, he's an employee of the Arizona Cardinal organization, and if they have something that they've spoken about already, maybe his retirement plan, maybe he's deciding to go somewhere else, I am pretty sure at this point into it all, they know what's going on. I know for a fact that like 80% to 90% chance the upper management know what's going on. And that's cool. Because if you really take a look into it, yes, Larry Fitzgerald is the darling in most of our, everybody in Arizona's eyes, but the Cardinals is a business. If you don't have a job, or if you've never had a job, if you're still young, you might not really relate to this, but everybody has a boss. That's just the way the world is. So everybody's got to report to that boss. And I doubt Michael Bidwell would not want to be kept in the loop into like what's going on with Larry Fitzgerald. So I'm pretty sure they know. I really do think that he's going to retire. I really do think that deep down in my heart, he's going to retire. And it's really sad for me to say. And we will be doing a live stream if that news does come out, or even if he moves on to another team, you can definitely bet darn well that we will be doing a live stream about it. So guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's really kind of like sad to talk about it because I can't imagine Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays without seeing Larry Fitzgerald on the field. But it's gotten to that point right now where we're 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks away to the draft, and we still don't know the story about it. So what can we do at this point, man? What can we do at this point other than say, take your time, take your time. Let us know what you say, and we'll figure it out from there. But somebody says Larry Fitzgerald at quarterback. A lot of people are saying Larry Fitzgerald at tight end. That can very well be a possibility. We'll see what happens. I doubt that's going to happen. Like I really doubt Larry Fitzgerald's going to want to be moving to the tight end position. He's getting up there in age. I think he still wants to get paid pretty high, especially for his name, and he deserves it. But looking into it in the business aspect of it all, I do think that if he does come back, it would have to be in a really, really, really cheap veteran deal. And we'll see what happens with the whole future of Larry Fitzgerald. I have still yet to figure out what's going on. And once I figure it out what's going on, I'll definitely bring the news to you. And then we can either celebrate or we can either cry together. That's really just depending on how everything kind of goes through, guys. But yeah, let's jump into it here, man. Let's go ahead and talk about our 7th round mock draft. Let's do that. That's what you guys are here for. 7th round mock draft. Now, I already have a plan in my head and who I want to go after the 1st round. I already have it. So you can give me suggestions on the comments below. That's completely fine. I probably won't take those suggestions until later on in the 7th to 6th to 5th rounds. Then I'll probably take your suggestions because at that point, it kind of gets down to the dwindleness of like, oh man, we don't know what's going on, or who do I want? Do you think this player is a sleeper, and all that different stuff. So I'll probably take suggestions a little later on, but I already kind of have a plan of attack in who I want this Arizona Cardinal team to pick. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up right now, so there's no surprises. I want to get a cornerback for the 1st round. I think it's important for this Arizona Cardinal team to get a cornerback. Yes, we have Malcolm Butler. Yes, we have Byron Murphy. And yet, yes, we have Robert Alford. I don't trust Robert Alford to stay healthy. I don't know what Malcolm Butler is going to be able to do in this system. I don't know how he's going to do. So I want to get cornerback. That's just my personal opinion. Now, if the draft comes through and we get Najee Harris, if we get somebody else, I'll be happy. I'll be happy with it. But because I think we're at this point into the Cardinals where we can go any which way. We really can. Like, we can go guard, we can go wide receiver. Some people don't like that idea, but we can go wide receiver. We can go tight end if you decide to move up. You could do all these different stuff, and I would not be upset with the Cardinals' decision. So just letting you know up front. Just letting you know up front right now, I am going to get a cornerback. So don't be surprised that I'm going to get a cornerback. Now, there's a couple different rules that I like to follow here when I do a mock draft because I don't want to make it too long, but I'm allowed only 2 trades. 1 trade in the first round and then another trade later on into the draft, either second, third, or something like that. I'm not going to go crazy and make all these trades. I'm only allowed 2 trades. We're going to make it through. We're going to build this roster up right. Well, at least in my opinion, right is being a term very loosely here, but we're going to build this team the way that I would like this team to be built. So kind of keep that in mind here. Jordan P says trade up for Pitts. Maybe another mock draft. I'm not going to do that here just because I do not think that we're gonna do it in real life, but this is how we're going to play it here. Let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to share if you guys been here before, I share my screen and then I use this simulator called the mock draft simulator. And this is what it looks like right here. So this is the mock draft simulator that I just put onto my screen. We're going to play it by ear. We're going to go ahead and have a mock draft with each other. I'm super excited about this. Now, I did make this on a fast-paced mode. Now, also keep in mind, when I do have this up right now, it's really hard to like read comments and stuff like that. So if you want to get a comment and if you want to, put something out there and say, hey, I want this, definitely consider super chatting because that's probably the only really way that it really highlights and it tells me that something came in. So let me know what you think about all that stuff, and then we'll kind of go from there. Let me get a sip of water, and we'll go from here. All right. Jacob says, Najee can fall to us in the second round. Yes, in real life, I do think that that's possible, Jacob. In this draft simulator, it's not. But I don't know why. This draft simulator, that's one of the things that I'm like, draft simulators are cool, they're awesome, but like they're not really, really realistic. There's actually speculation saying that Najee Harris might go to the Steelers. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in this coming draft, but we're going to do a mock draft simulator with you guys. Definitely consider super chatting if you want to get your comment pinned and read. If you think I did a big mistake, definitely let me know, but that's really the only comments that I will have pinned just because like I'm looking at a different website. But yeah, let's get started here. Let's get this going. I'm going to go ahead and start the mock draft. Now, obviously, I think that Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance going to – okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, perfect. So we already have some trade offers here. So now, like I said before, we're going to have the option to trade only twice. So one in the first and then the other one when it comes down to like later on in the draft. So I'm only going to be able to trade twice. Anything else that comes through, I'm just going to exit out. So let's take a look at our different options. You let me know what you would like to take, and I'll let you know what I would like to take. So here we go. Let's get this started here. So you got a trade offer. So the Colts want to give us their first round, a 4th rounder, and a 6th, and they want to take our 16th overall. So they want us to move 5 spots back. Okay, that's an option. Or we can go to the Steelers. The Steelers will give us a 3rd round, which honestly, that's something that I would like to do. I want to get a 3rd rounder. So we can go 8 spots back and also get a 3rd rounder from the Steelers. Or we can go with the Bills, and the Bills want to do basically put us all the way to the end. They want to give us a 3rd and a 5th. That's what we're dealing with right now. What do you guys say right now? Do any of these intrigue you? Now, me specifically, the only one that kind of really intrigues me is the Colts. I'm not going to lie to you. But I want to trade with the Chicago Bears or with the Washington football team. That's something that's leading to me that I want to do, because I do feel like in real life, Chicago is going to want to get a quarterback. And if Mac Jones falls that far, I think they'll take advantage of it. If you take a look at these trade offers, guys, who do you guys want to get? The Colts are really the only intriguing ones to me, but I don't like the 4th rounder. So let's do this. We'll exit out, and I'm going to make a trade offer here. These are the people that are available right now. We got Mac Jones, we got Micah Parsons, Kwity Paye, Aziz, Greg Newsome. So we still got some good players on the board here. We still got some very, very good players on the board. So let's make a trade offer. I'm going to trade back. And the reason why I'm trading back is because I want to make sure that I get a 3rd rounder. It helps me out and then it helps out every I can get some more talent, pretty much is what I'm saying. So let's see if we can contact the Chicago Bears and let's say, hey, do you want our first rounder for our first rounder? And then you'll give us the third. Oh, this already seems very likely here. So this is the trade that I want to do now because this is super green. I'm going to see if I can trade maybe a 7th for one of their 6th. So maybe kind of come a little closer because these are super, super late. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to send this trade offer here. So this is one of my trades that I'm going to go ahead and send over to them. And let's see what they say. Perfect. So congratulations. They have accepted your offer. So we're not going to do this because we already traded back. So these are who we're left with right now. So take a look at this real quick. So we have the Chicago Bears getting Mac Jones. In real life, I think this is actually very, very possible here. I think this is very, very possible that the Chicago Bears can trade up with us to get Mac Jones because they're scared that maybe Washington football team wants it. Maybe the Raiders want, I don't know. I do think that's a possibility here. So let's take a look into the comments here. These trades, no worries, man. We have Red Sea said no trading the whole draft away. I'm not doing that, man. I learned from that last time is here. So we have Elliot Stevens saying Farley is gone. No, he's not. Check this out, my guy. If you scroll down here, this is the beauty about this mock draft. I don't know why this mock draft does it this way. I do not know why this Caleb Farley is not going to fall to the second. I promise you. Somebody's going to pick him up earlier. Maybe top 15, maybe top 20. Somebody's going to go ahead and get Caleb Farley. I promise you. Now, the only reason why I traded back is because I knew Caleb Farley was going to be down here. So my options here is either going to be Greg Newsome or Caleb Farley. Eric Stokes, too early for me specifically. So I'm going to go Caleb Farley. I told you to begin with that I'm going to go cornerback in the first round. Caleb Farley is going to be my guy. Now, in real life, Caleb Farley or JC Horn, I think Patrick Surtain is a lock-in and getting picked up in the top 10. So that's kind of how we stand there. But definitely big dab for you, my friend. Let me give you a quick dab, Red Sea, for doing that quick donation. Now, like I said, I only have two trade backs. I already trade back once, and then I'm going to see what we have available here. So we have the Saints. They want to – no, I don't like this at all. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not even going to humor this. So they don't even want to give us a second round. So we're going to be like, no way, Jose. We're gonna look to see who we have available here. Okay, so here's the second rounder, guys. This is what we're looking at right now. Now, automatically, my eyes are looking at defense. Now, who do you guys think here right now that we should be getting for this Arizona Cardinal team? Because if you take a look here, we still got some good players. We got Gregory Rousseau. You got Joseph Owasi. We got Pat Friedermuth if you're into a tight end. You even got Terrence Marshall. A viable wide receiver there for the Arizona Cardinals to pick up. Now, in my mind, if we're getting into the mind of Mike, the Arizona sports fan, I want to go defense still. Like, I really, really feel like getting defense. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on here. Put some comments below. We have some people saying get Gregory Rousseau. You know where my mind's going? I want to let you guys know before anything. Carlos Basham is another one. Yes, I apologize. I forgot to say Carlos Basham. Yeah, that's another one. I'm very, very, very intrigued with Joseph Owasi. I really, really am. Now, let me know what you guys think right now. I am super intrigued with Joseph Owasi. I have so many people going any which way. We have Basham, we got Marshall, we got Russo, we have Owasi. We got a lot of different stuff here. I want to go defense, in my personal opinion here. Let me know what you guys think right now. Now, I could possibly trade back just a little bit and maybe get another rounder, but let's see here. Jordan P says, wide receiver or Wyatt Davis? Easy. We need a right guard badly. Okay. Now, I do know that the interior position right now is really, really good within this draft. It's very, very good, I hear. Somebody says Farley will be a bust. Really? You really think that? I don't think so. Okay, so Greg or Carlos are better. Okay. Let's take a look here. So right now, a lot of people are saying that I understand that, edge isn't a pressing need, but pressing need is basically what I'm looking for is to build the future. I'm looking for our future to be built for the future. Keep in mind what we had on our free agency pickups. Our free agency pickups are a window of 1 to 2 years. That's our free agency pickups. And if that does not concern you, I don't know what to tell you here. I need to make sure that I get somebody that's going to be able to replace Chandler Jones whenever he decides to retire or starts to regress. And Dennis Gardick, can he do it again? I don't know. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go Owasi. I'm going to go Joseph Owasi. Now, I know this might upset a lot of people here, but I'm going to go Joseph Owasi for my second round pick. That's what I'm going to do. So I got two defensive players right now. We got Caleb Farley, and then we got Joseph Owasi. That's what we're dealing with right now. So our third round, we do have a third round pick coming up. So I'm able to do two trades. I already used one. Let's take a look to see what the Broncos want. So the Broncos want us to trade up. They want to take, no. I did this mistake before. Back up, man. I did this mistake before. I don't want to trade up. Let's see who falls to us. Okay, so they want to trade up, but they want to take our sixth. So I'm only able to do one more trade here, guys. One more trade I'm able to do. Terrence Marshall, I agree, man. I agree, Jordan P. Jordan P is really upset because they should have got Terrence. I agree, man. I know, trust me, it hurts to do it. But I already have my eye on another wide receiver a little later on and a running back a little later on, too. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we got a third rounder, so they want to basically have us move up, and they want to take our sixth. This isn't bad, but let's see if we can counter. Let's see if we can counter. So they want to move up, or they want us to move up. They want to take our sixth. No, I honestly don't want this. I don't want this at all. Okay, let's take it away. Okay, who's on the board still? Okay, so this is the people that are on the board right now. Okay, let's get back to the chat here real quick. Let's take a look to see what everybody else is saying. Okay, so I'm just going to start it. I'm going to risk it here, and I'm going to take a look to see who falls to us here. Oh, or should I take this trade? Ugh. Okay, let's resume draft. Let's do this. Let's accept it. Let's accept it. Okay, so it's only a sixth. So we gave up a sixth here. So this is what I have my eye on here. Let's take a look at the available people. We still have Tyson Campbell, which is definitely a viable option here. We have some tackles. We got some cornerbacks here with Paulson Dable. I know there's a lot of people that are really high on him. We got Trey Smith, which is a swing interior player. We got Ben Cleveland. We could do any which way, but this is where my mind is going right here. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 5-star recruit, 6'1", out of USC. This is what my mind is going to right now. Right here. For our third round pick is right here. Now, I do see somebody saying that we need to get a linebacker to replace Hicks. I agree. We're definitely not going to let that go through. But right now, I don't see any linebackers that really kind of be like, oh, yeah, I need to get him other than Chaz Surratt. But this is where my mind's going right now. Wide receiver. But let's take a look at the comments here. Let's see what everybody has to say here real quick. Tommy. So we got Tommy. This is the way that, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to go with Amon St. Brown for my third round pick here. That's what I'm going to do. He's a big wide receiver. This guy can replace, what's his name? This guy can replace AJ Green when he does decide to leave. So I'm building for the future. So I'm going to go ahead and get Amon-Ra St. Brown, big wide receiver. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. We do have a pick that's coming up here right now. Again, let me see if we can pause this real quick because I need to get somebody here real quick. I want to get a running back. Okay, so we don't need to pause it. I think we're fine. We'll keep this going here real quick. Kenneth Gainwell's still there. Okay, so let's pause it right here. Where am I at? Where am I picking? Okay. where am I picking at next? So I want to make sure that I can get a running back, and there's a running back that I have my eye on already. This is what I'm looking at here right now. Let's do this. Let's do a quick trade up real quick. So I love Kenneth Gainwell. I love Kenneth Gainwell. I love Trey Sermon. But there's another player that I really want to look into here, and that's Ramondre Stevenson. If you guys don't know him out of Oklahoma, he's definitely a player that I really want to look into here. I don't know if he's going to fall down back all the way down to me, so that's my concern. I'm like, oof. I want to see if I can trade up here. But we can probably play it out to see what's happening here. So this is where I want to get a running back right here. Did I already do did I do 2 trades already? Did I really? So I got my 49th pick, 20. Oh, brother, I did, huh? Wait, no, I didn't. That's the third. This is the third round. This is what I got in my first round. I haven't used my second one yet. Okay. I think I might be okay. Let's resume it. Let's see who falls to us. Jacoby Stevenson's goes. Let's keep it going here real quick. I finally figured out how to make it fast. So at 119. Okay, let me pause it here. 141. Okay, so I'm at 160 right there. I want to get running back. Or we can go Trey McKitty. So let me see if I have a 200. So we got 160, and then we have, oh, sheesh, I don't pick again till like later on. 223. What did I do? Dang it. I really want to get that running back. Okay, so I guess what we can do is if we don't get him, we can always get Chuba Hubbard later on as well. Okay. Okay, no worries. Yeah, because at this point right now, I don't have a lot of picks to kind of trade up for. That's the problem. I should have traded another one. No, Chuba's still there, man. I'll dare you. Chuba just went. Dang it. I just cursed myself, y'all. Okay, let's take a look at running backs. So we got Puka Williams still there. Dang it. Chris Evans. Khalil Herbert, 3-star, 5'9", no way. Dang it. Okay, let's take a look here at all. So this is our 160 pick. So this is what we're looking at right now. All right, so we got Shaka Tooney. We got Bryce Thompson, a couple different cornerbacks. Marco Wilson definitely seemed to be probably a very, very, very good DB, but I know he's had a lot of issues. Kerry Vincent out of LSU, 4-star recruit, 5'10". He's an option as well. Okay, this is where I need your guys' help right here. You traded up with the Panthers and lost the 6th. Oh, that's right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Lucas. Marco's on the rise. Yeah, I honestly think Marco is the guy to go here, especially because we don't have a running back for me to get. Like, I legit completely messed that up. Ugh. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to go that because I want to get 2 DBs, 2 cornerbacks, so that's what we're going to do right here. So we're going to get Marco Wilson. Okay, so this is what our picks are looking like right now. So we got Caleb Farley with our first-round pick. We got Joseph Wassie. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver, and then we got Marco Wilson here. All right, where are we picking at again? Well, Trey McKitty just went. Okay, let's look at all. Here we go. We're at 223. We're moving fast. We're definitely moving fast here, so that's definitely good. Okay, here we go. So now we're back on the clock. We got Red Seas guy Shaka Tooney right there, just chilling, just waiting to get picked up here. Let's take a look here to see if, so this is where I need your guys' help here. Let me know, see if we can go ahead. Yeah, I think Chuba Hubbard's I think Chuba actually already went. That's the problem. Like, I completely messed it up, man. Like, I was like, oh, I messed it up. I should have took a trade in the second is what I should have done, because I think I could have got Joseph Owasi later on, maybe like 4 or 5 picks later. So I probably should have got somebody and try to recoup a fourth is what I should have done. And I completely, dang it. And you're right. Yeah, you're right. I did use my 2 trade ups. Sorry. This is what happens, man. When you're on it here real quick, this is exactly what happens. Okay, so let's take a look here at, I want to see interior offensive tackle to see who's available here. A lot of them went off the board, man. A lot of them went off the board. Osai? Oh, that's how you pronounce it? All right, thank you so much, Red Sea. Thanks for giving the donation, too. Easy pickup with Tooney. A lot of people are saying Shaka Tooney. Yeah, I honestly think that because we messed up and didn't get a wide receiver, a running back, I think Shaka Tooney would probably be our best option in terms of like best player available, and having another person that can very well give us that. You also have Chris Rumpf. Okay, yeah, let's do that. I know we already got edge. I know there's a lot of people that are going to say, hey, we don't need it. But I'm looking for the future, y'all. And our defense could use the help. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we have the 243 coming up. And I think I gave up that other one. All right, let me just confirm. Yeah, so this is going to be our last pick here real quick. This is our last pick. So if I go to tight end, like legit, I'm probably, so this is where my mind's going. My mind's going to either tight end, which is really the only people that I kind of know a little bit about is going to be Luke and Jack. That's really the only people that I know about. I heard a little bit about Tony, but don't really know too much about them as of right here goes. Let's take a look to see what the, so somebody's saying look at safety. Okay, I might do that too. Because right now we got defense, wide receiver, or offense, defense. So right now we got some defenses going up right now. Where are we looking at right here, guys? This is what I'm looking at. I'm either looking at tight end or interior offensive lineman is what I'm looking at here. But like none of them are really like scream out to me like get me. 6'5" out of California. And then we have, see, let's look at the running backs. I mean, if we pick up one of these guys, they're legit going to be like a flyer. Like, I don't know any of these guys here real quick. I don't know any of these people here. Rakeem Boyd, Elijah Mitchell out of Louisiana. I think I picked him up or chose him already. Nebraska, Derek Mills. Keep on reading into the comments here. This is where I need your help. So somebody says Scott. Are you talking about the Stevie Scott? Is that what you're talking about? Jared Patterson out of Buffalo. Boyd. Okay, so Rocco wants to go tight end. Okay, so Kenny says Scott, and he's talking about Stevie Scott. Okay, let's look at Stevie Scott real quick. Okay. Hey, honestly, 6'2". Hopefully you know a little bit about him because I'm looking at everybody else's measurable. Oh, actually, Rakeem Boyd is 6 foot, 213. Got Jared, whatever that guy's last name is. Nebraska, Buffalo. He's 5'9". That's the only problem that I have. What about Rakeem Boyd? Just because he's a 6-footer, 213, 3-star recruit, anybody say anything different but this? Oh, you're from Indiana. Okay, so you know a little bit about him. Okay. Elijah Patterson's too small. Okay, I think, okay, so here are the options. So we're either going to go Rakeem Boyd or we're gonna go with my guy over here, Stevie Scott, from the guy from Kenny, because Kenny's from Indiana, so he obviously knows a little bit here. Rakeem Boyd or Indiana guy? Put it on the comments below. So I'm thinking about getting Rakeem Boyd. And we've definitely seen some undrafted running backs to be very, very good for the team. Maybe Luke. Yeah, Luke is there. Okay, I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with him. Rakeem Boyd. All right, so that's the end of our mock draft. So this is what we're looking at right here, guys. So we started out with Caleb Farley. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are going to be like, his injury. You know, I honestly don't think it's that big of a deal in terms of, like, I think he's still going to be picked within the top. In my personal opinion, the reason why I wanted him is because my options are either going to be Patrick Surtain, JC Horn, or Caleb Farley. Whoever fell to me, I'm going to go ahead and get. Obviously, I traded back here to get him. And I did trade back here as well to get another one. So I completely forgot about that trade. But second, Joseph Osai. I got you, Red Sea. For our second. Our third, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown to see if we can go ahead and pick up a spot after AJ Green leaves. Got Marco Wilson, another cornerback out of Florida. Shaka Tooney, we got out of Penn State, edge. And then we got Rakeem Boyd just to see if we can fill in the need. I understand we don't have a tight end. And a lot of people are probably like, you should have got a tight end. I get it. There's only so much we can do. But this is what we're looking at right now. Do me a big favor, everybody. Grade this right here. Grade it right now. And tell me how we did. Jordan P says, I'll give you a B-. We should have gotten Terrence Marshall round 2. That's fair. And I agree with you. Terrence Marshall was so intriguing, man. Trust me. I do like the idea of getting Terrence Marshall. I really do. It's just, I don't think I could have passed up on getting another edge rusher for the Arizona Cardinals. That was my concern here. So also we got some good ones. We got A+, we got an A, we got a B, we got a B+. Let me be honest here. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Red Sea and everybody who was here before, I butchered a draft before. So what happened? It happens to the best of us. So I'm cool with these Bs. Honestly, I think overall we would say probably a B- B is going to be like the average of it all. But I think this is a pretty good draft right here. Red Sea says Shaka in this case wouldn't work and would have taken a tight end. So the only issue with that was I didn't see a tight end that would be able to work, because Trey McKitty was the only person that I really had my eye on, and I was like, I need to get him, and dang, he got sniped away from me. And then obviously running back too. So definitely two positions that I didn't address. Tight end and, I got running back here, but not the running back that I wanted, but hopefully he works out. Yeah, but it's just a mock draft, y'all. It's just a mock draft. Okay, so we're going to stop sharing the screen here. That's how we're at right now, man. That's how we're at. I honestly think it's a pretty good mock draft, personally. I was looking into building for the future more than anything. So that is my mock draft. Hopefully my last one before we get our mock draft party going on, guys. I'm extremely excited. We do have a draft party that's going to be happening during draft night. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to have one for the second round and then like the second day and the third day. I'm not quite 100% sure yet if we're going to have that. We have still yet to go ahead and like iron out all the details, but channel members can get on during the mock draft. Let me just say that right now. Channel members can get on during mock draft night. If you're not a channel member and you're saying, give me the link, you're not going to get the link. There's too many channel members on here. There's over like 40 channel members on this Arizona Sports Fan on YouTube here. And there's just so many people that are going to want to get on that I'm going to have to specifically go with them because they're channel members. They get priority. So keep that in mind as well, guys. If you're trying to get on draft night, you do need to become a channel member. It's $3.99 for the entirety of the month. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you become a channel member on draft night, I'm going to have to still favor the ones that were before. I'll still give you a dab. But yes, so there's that. So now we reached a section where we're going to go ahead and start talking about Q&A. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, draft party, if you're mad that I picked somebody over another person, this is your time. This is your time right now to go ahead and ask any questions right here. Put some comments below ask some questions, and that's how we're going to go ahead and end the show, guys. I'm super excited about this draft night, man. I don't think you understand, man, how excited I am about this. So we got Jordan P saying, how are we doing the draft party? So the way that we're doing the draft party is that I'm going to basically get people on during picks on the draft. Now, obviously, we can't get everybody on at once. Like, it just can't happen. There's going to be too many people talking. There's going to be too much personalities on. I'm going to have to limit it to where we only get certain people on, like at a time. So I'm going to have one person at a time. We're going to talk who you want the Cardinals to take. If you want to react to the latest picks, if there was a pick that you're like, oh my God, that's such a dumb pick, we can do that as well. You can react to other picks. You can talk about the Cardinals. We will allow probably about 5 minutes each channel member to kind of come on here. We're just going to have an overall good time and just talk about the draft and just overall just chill. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. So we have Lennon Wolf. Can you put me, Lennon Wolf, what did I just say, my guy? If you're not a channel member, you're not going to be able to get onto the draft party. And the link will not be sent. We have over 40 channel members, and they're going to be the ones that are going to be able to get on here. It's going to be hard to get anybody else on here other than that. Jordan P says you should do like 4 at that. So the only issue with that, that's just it's going to be too much talking at once. Like, and legit, I like to watch the mock draft. I like to watch the draft as well. So like we can be talking at the same time while I watch, but like trying to keep up with 4 people is a lot harder than you think. Or to also try to watch the draft, because I'm very interested in who the other people are picking too. Yes, the Cardinals are picking at 16, but I still want to know what's happening with the rest of the people. And I might just do one at a time just for that sake. Let's keep it going here. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Are you guys still talking about Kyle Pitts? Sheesh. Good God, in this chat. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing, man? This Sunday morning. I know it's really weird having a really weird. We got John Redcorn. What's going on, my guy? Saying, imagine if we got Pitts of Waddle out of the offense would be unstoppable. Or Pitts or Waddle. Yeah, I don't mind that. So let me ask you this question here, because I know there's a lot of people that are against this, but let me ask you this question. What do you think if the Arizona Cardinals got wide receiver in the first round? Answer that question for me. Now, let's say, for example, a Devontae Smith falls. Let's say, for example, the Cardinals really think that Terrace Marshall is the guy. No, I don't think that will happen. I think they'll wait till the second, hopefully anyways. I mean, it's Steve Keim. But what if Devontae Smith falls? What say you then? Would you want the Arizona Cardinals to pick him up? Or would you say, no, don't do that. Go cornerback. Like, you have to go defense. What do you guys say about that? Put it on the comments below here. John Redcord says our offense would go nuclear. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And keep in mind, I have nothing against Kyle Pitts. I do think Kyle Pitts is absolutely amazing. But because we only have a certain amount of picks in the draft, I don't see us trading up and losing more picks that we don't have. That's really the only reason. That's only the only reason. But if we do get Kyle Pitts, hey, man, open arms, man. Welcome into the team. But, yeah, that's kind of where we are there. So question to you guys is, what if Devontae Smith falls to the Arizona Cardinals? Because there's some mock drafts that have it. There's some mock drafts that have it out there. What if he does fall to the Cardinals? What say you? Would you want the Cardinals to pounce and get him? What say you guys? Okay, so we have Jackson Webster. What's going on, my guy? Says top 3 wide receivers or Pitts. It must take if they do fall. If we have a better offense and than Seahawks, we already have a better defense. Okay. Young one says nah. Okay. So we got Lennon Wolf saying no. RC, what's up, man? RC3 in the house saying our defensive backs will be like Yeah, probably. Jordan P says not Kirk. He's good wide receiver. He'll be cheap to bring back. Red C saying no. Tiki God says, hey, man, hope you have a good day in the show. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you so very much for being here, Tiki God, too. Jason says, next year, we only have Hopkins as our only stud wide receiver. We should really consider, and that's the thing. That's perfectly said, Jason. Jason Sandoval, that's perfectly said. And this is the problem, man. This is the problem with this year's draft. I do feel like we can go any which way. Like I feel like we're going to be surprised this year. I really, really do. We can go guard. We can go wide receiver. We can go cornerback. Now, I know a lot of people want cornerback. I think if you ask 8 out of the 10 fans or 7 out of the 10 fans, they're going to say cornerback. Like that's their number one thing. You'll have 3 other people out of the 10 that's going to be like, no, either wide receiver or trade up for Pitts. Anything like that. I get it. We all have difference of opinions. We all want the same thing for our Arizona Cardinal team. We want to go to playoffs and then hopefully the Lombardi. I want to put a Lombardi in here. I want to put a Lombardi in there. Even if it's a replica, I want to put it in there. But this is, it's tough, man. This is really going to come down to who is going to fall to the Arizona Cardinals, who will be there at number 16. Some fans are saying, get the wide receiver. If Devontae Smith falls, why not get him? That's what a lot of fans are saying. Or not a lot, some fans. A lot more fans are saying, no, whatever you do, you have to go cornerback. And the cornerbacks you're going to get is either Patrick Surtain, Caleb Farley, or J.C. Horn. Obviously, not in that order. Some people are like, oh, well, he's better than him, and he's better than him, and he's better than him. I'm not ordering it, but I mean, those are the top 3 cornerbacks that are seen to be the top 3. So that's kind of where we stand right now. So the question to you guys was, if wide receiver falls like a Devontae Smith, like a Jalen Waddle, maybe Jalen Waddle might fall. Who knows? There's a lot of people that are mocking Jalen Waddle to go to the Giants. The Giants just picked up Kenny Golladay. Maybe they want to get more offensive line help to protect Danny Dimes. Anything could be possible, man. We've been talking about this all the time. Remember last year we were like, CeeDee Lamb's not going to fall past the 10. Jerry Jeudy's not going to fall past the 10. What happened? Jerry Jeudy was at 15. CeeDee Lamb was at 17. It can happen, man. It can happen. So I just want to put everything out on the table. If you guys are not down with it, you guys aren't down with it. That's cool. Now, I don't think the Cardinals really care what we care, want. They're going to do what they want to do. Like, that's legit what it is. Steve Keim has an evaluation board, and he's going to stick to his board. And whatever he's going to value at, he's going to value at. So it's kind of where we're at right now. All right, let's keep on reading onto the comments here. Ooh, there's a lot of comments coming in here. So we got Tiki God coming back up here. Says, I say if a wide receiver, just in case if Larry doesn't stay. I don't think Larry's coming back. I really, really don't think so. I would be absolutely shocked if Larry Fitzgerald came back. Absolutely shocked if he came back. Bear, what's going on, man? I will pass wide receiver class. So I will pass. Wide receiver class is deep. Also, I believe in Kirk, Slot, and Keyshawn to get a bigger role to take over the following year. Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully, right? Fingers crossed. Keyshawn Johnson's still there. We all really want Keyshawn Johnson to do good, and we'll see what happens, man. Jean-Paul says, I think PBA is a good approach. Best player available. Since we have a lot of holes. That's fair. And see, and that's the thing. We do have so many holes. We're set for a 1 to 2 year team. That's what we're set for. What happens after that? What happens after that when AJ Green goes, when JJ Watt goes, when Matt Prater goes? What happens then? We're back in rebuild mode after our 2-year plan didn't work? Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Red Sea coming up clutch with another $5 donation. My guy, let me give you the quick dab, man. I think this guy pretty much feeds him. And yesterday there was a really cool guy. I think it was JL Cardinal. Super awesome guy, man. He was like donating like nobody's business as well, man. So thank you so very much for doing that. It says, if a top 3 wide receiver falls, then we trade back to get picks and take a corner in the pick we get for trading back. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. We got John Redcorn saying Keyshawn Johnson's greater than Christian Kirk. Okay. All right, let's keep on reading here. Carlos saying, Kwity Paye, I feel like he's the next Aaron Donald. I mean, a lot of people were saying that about Javon Kinlaw. Remember Javon Kinlaw coming out of the draft? Everybody was super high on him. And Quinn Williams was that guy too. Quinn Williams was somebody who was like, man, you got to get Quinn Williams. I was on the hype train of getting Quinn Williams, but that was the draft with Nick Bosa and obviously Kyler Murray and everything was currently happening at that moment. So Quinn Williams did not come up they didn't meet the expectations into where he was drafted at. But he's still a good player. He's still definitely a good player. But kind of keep in mind as that as well. We can all compare people. We can be like, oh well, Terrence Marshall's the next Randy Moss. I'm making stuff up right now. But you know what I mean? It's like apples to oranges. Like we can say this up and down, and when they come on the team, it really depends on the scheme fit. It depends if they get the opportunity, because sometimes people don't get the opportunity like they should very well get. Example, Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons was passed up from Devondre Campbell. Devondre Campbell got that position because he's the veteran, because he's got that veteranness in him. I mean, I honestly don't think that Isaiah Simmons helped himself when he got burned in the San Francisco 49er game, but it's going to happen, man. He's a rookie. Keep on reading into the comments here. Jordan P. People don't realize tight end is important. We have never had a good tight end, and look at the recent Super Bowl teams that has good or great tight ends. Man, you guys are still on that tight end train, huh? That Jordan... Snap, man. Jordan P. really wants to get Kyle Pitts. Really? So let me ask you this. I know we kind of talked about like this a little bit off, and you said that it was like a dream scenario more than anything. Do you want people just to say, yes, we agree Kyle Pitts is going to be like a very, very good tight end? Because I don't think anybody's debating that. I don't think anybody's debating that Kyle Pitts is a very good tight end. I think people are just saying that it's too rich for our blood to trade up. And if you could honestly say to yourself that Kyle Pitts is going to go in the top 10, what do the Arizona Cardinals need to do to trade up into the top 10? Like, they're going to have to give up a lot. So I don't think anybody's debating that Kyle Pitts is not like, yeah, he's good. He's great. He's awesome. He's amazing. It's just, I don't think it's feasible for the Arizona Cardinals. If we were at 12, if we were at 10, then that's maybe a little bit more like we can talk about it then. But I don't know, man. I am Bear coming up clutch with the $5 donation. My guy, let me give you a quick dab. Thank you so very much for doing that. Says, yes, we have a 2-year window, so let's fill in our need in the draft so we can capitalize in the 2-year window. So that's why I pass on wide receiver, running back, and Pitts in the first round. So question to you, I am Bear. Question to you. 2-year window is amazing. Yeah, I get it. But what happens if AJ Green gets hurt? What happens? So you're saying Keyshawn Johnson, and you'll be completely fine with Keyshawn Johnson coming up here and getting either the number 2 role or the number 3 role, because Christian Kirk and him might kind of like swap around, or whatever the coaching staff feels like is good. So you feel comfortable DeAndre Hopkins, Keyshawn Johnson, and Christian Kirk. I feel like we've seen this already, and we weren't impressed. I feel like we've seen that trio, and we weren't impressed. My main concern is, can AJ Green stay healthy? That's my main concern. And can JJ Watt stay healthy? Can James Conner stay healthy? Can any player that we've gotten in this free agency class stay healthy? So I wouldn't put it past the Cardinals to get a wide receiver if a Devontae Smith falls to them. I wouldn't put it past it. Now, do I want it? I mean, it's not that I don't want it, but I prefer to get a cornerback. But this is the 1 year that I'm like, I don't know what this Cardinal team is going to do. Because we have so many holes. We have so many holes. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. The amount of free agency pickups, although, yeah, we're like, yeah, man, we got Rodney Hudson. We're good. Let's get this going. Let's roll. But, like, man, like, they're all over 30. What are we going to do when one of them breaks a leg? I'm obviously being dramatic there, but what are we going to do then? Yeah, man, it's cool. I'm glad we got these former Pro Bowlers, but can they still stay healthy? That's my concern. Alex says, at the end of the day, none of our opinions matter. We're still going to fall short of making the playoffs. That's fair. That's fair. And let me tell you this right now, Alex. Honestly, I don't trust Cliff Kingsbury. So let me ask you this. Do you trust Cliff Kingsbury? If you do, Playoffs is something that can be attainable. I made a video saying a long time ago, Cliff Kingsbury is the worst coach in the NFC West. And it's true. It's true. He is the worst coach in the NFC West. And a lot of people were like, well, yeah, well, you're putting, him in terms of like Pete Carroll, Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan. Of course, he's going to be the worst. Well, isn't that the problem? That's the problem. How are we going to expect to win the NFC West if our coach isn't better than their coaches? But I don't trust them. So, hey, if we do fall short of the playoffs, kind of going back to Alex, if we do fall short, I think Cliff Kingsbury is gone. This 3-year thing is over. Oh, here we go. Iron Bear is coming up clutch. So thank you so very much again. Let me give you the quick dab before I read it. So to answer your question, Green goes down. Keyshawn Johnson fills in. Also, only said for 1 round, and this wide receiver class is deep. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So you're saying that skip on in the first round. Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. Gotcha. Appreciate you, Iron Bear. So wide receiver falls on the first round. No go. Get cornerback. I think it's kind of we're on the same playing field. Get that. And then if there's a wide receiver that falls, maybe like a Terrence Marshall, maybe like a Amon St. Brown, or whoever you value more, get him the second. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for clarifying. So Alex says, yeah, so he doesn't, yeah, and that's the thing, man. That's the unfortunate part that we're in right now, man. We got so much hype going into this season. We got 17 games. Yes, we do have 17 games. Yeah, I agree, 17 games. So we have another opportunity to hopefully maybe fiddle around with this fan base. Can we make it? Can we not? But I agree with what you're saying. Alex, it doesn't matter our opinions. It really doesn't. We can talk this talk until our ears fall off, until our hair stops standing up. We can talk this, but it doesn't matter with what we say. It matters what Cliff Kingsbury and what Steve Keim has in their evaluation board, who they value higher. This is their evaluation process. If they have Mac Jones, and I'm being obviously very, very dramatic here. If they have Mac Jones, top 15, and the 16 comes around, that's a bad example. But if they have somebody higher than somebody else, they're going to get that person. It doesn't matter with what we say. Are they still going at it? Oh, sheesh. Here we go. Okay, so let's read this a little bit. Jordan P. Cliff is the worst coach in the NFC. Mike's not just... Jordan P. says, Cliff is the worst coach in the NFL, Mike, not just the West. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, we should probably do an impression for Cliff Kingsbury here real quick. That's what we should do. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing. Young One says, cornerback over Kyle Pitts. Lennon Wolf says 13-14, still won the division, won the NFC. Oh, you're very optimistic, my guy. And I know you're very young. So please keep that optimism. Please keep that optimism, man. We don't have a lot of them in the world, but 13-14 is a lot. It's a lot to ask. Luke says, why did we even hire Cliff? Well, the reason why is because we left Steve Wilkes being the defensive mind that he was. We wanted to go with a Sean McVay type, a Kyle Shanahan type. Like, I think that was the way that they processed in their mind. Like, we need to get an offensive guru, and Cliff Kingsbury is that guy. Like, he's going to be the guy that's going to explode Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray is, the guy that he really wants, and we can build it out that way. I think that's what it was. They wanted to take an opportunity to start fresh, to start new. They saw Kyler Murray and they're like, this is going to be our quarterback, which honestly at this point, everybody's happy with. There's nothing bad to say about Kyler Murray. Yes, he's got some, stuff that he needs to work on. He's not uber great so far in his 2 years that he's been. Hopefully he takes another leap in his 3rd year, but that was what it is. They wanted to get an offensive guru in that can help mold Kyler Murray. That was the reason why they brought him in. And we're just kind of like, we're falling by the wayside right now. And this is our 2-year window. At least you can tell by the free agency pickups that we picked up. This is our free agency window. Let's keep on reading onto the comments here. Run CMC. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a bit. Run CMC. Thanks for Dan Arnold and Hassan Reddick. Yeah, man. No worries. Treat Hassan Reddick right, man. Hopefully you can put him in the right position that he's going to be able to like do very well. Yeah, hopefully we could put him in the right position there. And Dan Arnold, you definitely got a good deal when it comes down. So Dan Arnold can have potential. He really does have potential. I think, who's your quarterback? Oh, you guys got Sam Darnold. That's right. You guys got traded for Sam Darnold. That's cool, man. Hopefully, hey, man, you guys have a very intriguing team. I'm really excited to see what Sam Darnold is going to do with you guys. Run CMC, what's good? Yeah, man, it's been a bit, man. I remember you a long time ago, man. You probably were like when I was like streaming in like very low quality, very low quality streams is when you came in, man. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you, man. I haven't forgotten about you. Man. James Smith says, do you think we should get Richard Sherman? I think we're finding the cornerback position as of right now because of who we have. Do I want him? I definitely don't think it would hurt if we signed him. But I don't think that I think the top three are our three cornerbacks is obviously going to be Malcolm Butler. And then we're going to have Alfred on the outside, and then in the middle it's going to be Byron Murphy. So yes, it would be kind of cool to get Richard Sherman, but I don't think we really need him, and I don't think they're going to do it. Run CMC, I appreciate it, man. I'll try and come back. Yeah, man, it's cool, man. I understand you have another team. I've always understood that you were a Panthers fan and you kind of like come in here and talk some football. So no worries, man. You take your time, man. Take your time. But hopefully you see this looking better, man. It's crazy because I remember talking to you, man. I remember talking to you very vividly, and like you always had your CMC picture, and we're like, hey, aren't you a Panthers fan? And you're like, yeah, but it's cool. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's awesome. So man, yeah, come in whenever you want, man. All right, let's keep on reading onto the comments here. John Paul. Nelson might be... Okay, you guys are talking about draft. We're going to ignore that. Miguel, what's going on, Miguel? Saying, what are your thoughts on Barmore, Darius? Oh, man, these comments go so quick. Darrisaw, Newsome, and JC and Surtain aren't available. Okay, so let me repeat that again. So what are your thoughts on Barmore, Darrisaw, and Newsome in case JC, Surtain aren't available? So like in this mock draft, if Caleb Farley is there, I still want Caleb Farley. I know there's a lot of people that are turned off by it because of his back injury. But what the information that we were giving is that he's completely fine now. So that he's good to go. So I still would want to get Caleb Farley if those two are not there, but Caleb Farley is still here. Obviously Greg Newsome would probably be my fourth cornerback. And if we do get Greg Newsome, I would love to trade back a little bit to try to see if we can recoup a third, and then get him later on. Jeez, they're all going at it on this comments, man. RC3, I know who you did forget about. Yeah, the people are just having a conversation in this chat. Yeah, so that I guess that's my answer to you, Miguel. I do like Darrisaw, I do like Barmore as well, and I do like Greg Newsome. It's just my mind for the first round is set on cornerback. Like I don't any of the top three are there. I want to get them. Even Caleb Farley. I know these mock draft simulators, they have like Caleb Farley going in the second. I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I really do think Caleb Farley's still going to go in the first. And I think it's going to be the top 15, maybe top 20. He's going to go in that top. Luke says, get a corner at 16 or trade it for Pitts. This is the question here. This is the question that people are debating about right now. Get a corner at 16 or trade up for Kyle Pitts. Put it in the comments below. I want to cast a vote here real quick. I want to cast a vote. So let me know. Either put CB in the comments or put KP for Kyle Pitts. Or you can put Kyle Pitts. I don't care. Let me know what you guys think. Right here on the comments below. What would you rather do? 59 people in here right now. Probably going to get to 60 by the time I'm done talking. Let me know in the comments. Would you rather get cornerback? And I want to take a real quick poll. Or would you trade up for Kyle Pitts? Okay. Okay, we're getting some people here. So we got cornerback. Phrases I'm happy with both. Okay, cornerback. Okay, so we're getting more cornerbacks than anything. I don't see any Kyle Pitts here. Where's Jordan P at? Here we go. We got Red Sea Rider, KP. So KP. Okay, so far we're over like 5 or 6 on cornerback right now. This is one. This is one. Mike, you know all these people think cornerback, but you don't realize cornerback suck. Peaks. Okay, so there you go. There he is. I was like, I'm just waiting for him. Pitts. Okay, so John Paul says Pitts too. Okay. Cornerback Joshua. Oh, now we're getting the Pitts. Now the people are coming up. There we go. Now we're getting more Pitts. So that's about 4. We have 57 people in here. Come on now. You got to give me something. Give me something. Cornerback, Pitts. I don't care. We got Jonathan says Horn. I love the idea of Horn. I really do. Are we talking at 16? Well, so these are the options. A, you get cornerback in the first round. Get cornerback at 16. Or you trade up to get Pitts because Pitts is not going to be there at 16. Like, I think we all know that. So those are the options. We're getting a lot more Pitts than I thought we would be getting. But all got Pitts. Pitts Pro Day was something special. That not Mario just putting an A. He's throwing us through a loop, man. He wants to be different. We need an O-line. We can't trade up. I agree. That's the thing. That's exactly what we're talking about too. It's like, I don't know, like the whole like trading up scenario. We don't like unless this one what's this called? Unless this draft, are you completely cool with being like, hey, let's do this. Jordan P. Let me get you on here real quick. Jordan P. Let's do a mock draft. Show me what you want to do in this mock draft. And the reason why I should pick you, Jordan, because A, you're always here. You're a ride or die of this Arizona Quick Sport. So I want to give you the platform here real quick. Get on here real quick. And I want to see what you want to do with Pitts. Come on in, man. Come on in, my guy. RC3, I have to donate to get comments read. Hashtag no love. Let me give you a quick time. There's 56 of people in here, my guy. 56, and these comments are going and flying. Like, my eye is going down to the bottom one all the time. And that's what I'm telling you. Super chats will be read all the time because they highlight in blue and they highlight in green and they highlight in yellow and highlight in orange. There's so many comments here. I don't think you understand what it is to be me right now. I've been here since the Black Table days. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you've been also here since we've been streaming in low quality as well, which wasn't very long ago. But would you be okay with getting on here and showing us what you want to do for Kyle Pitts? I don't want to put pressure on you or anything like that, but are you cool with coming on here to show us what you want to do with Kyle Pitts? And then you could do your rest of your mock draft. Not Mara says, Mike, let's get Pitts and then put him at tight end. Well, yeah, he plays tight end. I'm just waiting for Jordan P here. If you want to. If you don't want to, man, no pressure. Yes. OFC. Of course. Okay, cool, man. Hey, send me a DM real quick on Instagram, and I'll get you the link, man. Oh, okay, gotcha. There you go. Not Mario corrected himself. Let's get cool. Okay. That makes more sense. I was confused. I was like, yeah, he's a tight end, man. What are you talking about? But yeah, I knew something was off. Okay. So he's saying, gotcha. Okay, cool, man. If you want to get on Jordan P, man, talk to me, man. Just send me a DM real quick and I'll get you on here. Because I want to see what you want to do. And see, Run CMC is saying the same thing too. We have to give up so much to move up. Keep in mind, too, the draft simulator will kind of let us work our magic and do this, and that. But in real life, I think it would be different. But I do want to see what you could do with the mock simulator. Come on in, shoot me a DM, and I'll get you on here. Hey, guys, we did Pitts. Wait, when did Pitts become a quarterback? People want to be different. You know that. Trade up for Pitts and put him at tight end quarterback. Sheesh. There you go. Versatile. I'm going to say your last name. I'm in. So it says, I actually played, I actually play and watch football. I know that we can solidify our O-line and we can get a guard. And that's the thing. I agree with you. I think we can get a guard too. We can. 16th overall, we can get a guard too. That's the problem with this team, man. That's the problem with this team. All right, guys, I'm going to get Jordan P on here real quick. I'm going to send him the link. This guy's been here for a bit, just like Red Sea. So definitely let's not get crazy. Let's respect the opinion. I just want to know what he wants to do. And I want to make sure that I can get him on here alone so I can see what he wants to do with the mock draft. All right, give me a second here. Okay, cool. All right, I just sent you the link. Here we go. Red Sea in the house coming up close. I can't wait to see Jordan's face when there's no realistic corner value. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much for that. A, for donating, and B, just being a person that's always on this group chat, man. Thank you so very much. We got RC3 coming up here, clutch again with an RC3. Don't want this. I changed minds. You don't want this. I changed minds. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. This is why I love your channel. Well, and that's the thing, man. I think a lot of people know that it starts from the trenches. It starts, and we can get a guard. Like there's no problem with getting a, I think Rashawn Slater, Darrisaw, any of the guards that are available, we can get them. Like we can, and it's a viable option for this Arizona Cardinal team, like moving forward. So it's like, I definitely don't see nothing wrong with that. Cornerback, guard, we can go ahead and get wide receiver. It's just nuts, man. It's nuts how much stuff that we can get, and I wouldn't be mad. Here we go. We got Jordan P coming up here, clutch right now. Let me get Jordan P. What's up, dude, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you been?
Good, man. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. So my plan, it's not a plan. This is my dream scenario. Okay, this is not what I think is going to happen. This is what I would like to happen.
Right.
It's not something that I automatically think it's a great chance of happening. But
right.
My plan is contingent on the fact that we sign someone like Steven Nelson in free agency, who's a cornerback. He was graded as a top 12 corner last year. So, I mean, he's young, so we can sign him to a multi-year deal. It wouldn't have to be a one-year deal.
Right.
And he 100% would be better than any rookie corner that comes in. He's already graded as a top 12 corner, and he has experience. He's still out there because he couldn't get a deal done with the Steelers, so they cut him. I think they wanted to make him take a pay cut, or he wanted more money, something like that. But he's still out there. You got Casey Hayward still out there. You got Brashad Breeland. He's okay, but my plan would be getting Kyle Pitts, but Keim would also have to sign one of those corners, and I would like him also to sign Geno Atkins from Cincinnati.
Geno Atkins.
Yeah, because Zach Allen is just not it.
Awesome. Well, here we go. So that's what we're living in that world where we get another cornerback, either the ones that you just said. So we're gonna do that. Okay, let's get this going real quick. Let me share my screen.
The only thing is, I haven't done these trades on the mock draft simulator, so I don't know what they expect necessarily because it's the person who made the simulator.
Exactly. It really just depends on their value. That's the unfortunate part. It's like we can do this till our ears fall off, but like, where do you think Kyle Pitts will go? Because I mean, right now he's rated at 6. Where do you want to trade up again?
My thing was if he falls to 7, 8, 9, one of those picks, I trade up to one of those picks. But you never know. He could just go 5 right now, and then.
Yeah. True. Okay, let's do this.
At the end of the day, if he does go, there's still others. If Waddle were to fall, I'd take Waddle. Waddle is special. At the end of the day, like somebody said in the chat, after this year, you have DeAndre Hopkins and what? AJ Green's going to be 33, 34. He may even get injured this year. And if he gets injured, we have the same exact offense as last year.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. So we're not even going to mess with the mock draft simulator. We're not even going to get that. But I agree with you. And I think that's one of the main things that a lot of people are kind of like, well, we got this. We feel the need. And even cornerback like Malcolm Butler, and we're getting Robert Alford back. He's been hurt out of the 2 years. Like, how do we have the faith that he's going to be able to be good? You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Robert Alford, you can't trust that guy. That guy hasn't been healthy since I don't know when. If you want him as your CB4, 5, sure, but as a CB3, I wouldn't trust him. CB2, hell no.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also the people saying, oh, like Red Sea said the time we were on here about how the Cowboys took CD Lamb, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go look at that draft, and he said they needed defense, right? Go look at all the rest of the picks after the Cowboys that were defense. None of them had a good rookie year on defense.
You're
So if they would have picked one of those defenders, their defense would have been exactly the same.
right.
Because all those defenders that got picked before got picked after their pick were not good. Patrick Queen, Damon Arnett, just guys that were bad. So like saying that for the future, sure, you can say like they should have picked a corner, they should have did this, they should have did that. But if we're in a win now in these next 2 years, you have JJ Watt on a 2-year deal, AJ Green on a 1-year deal, Hudson's up there in age. You got Prater who's like 75. Like, I just think, yeah, sure, defense does win Super Bowls, but if you have DeAndre Hopkins and you're counting on AJ Green, who you don't know if he'll get injured because he has, you can go out there and get a corner at 49.
He was hurt past 2 years, or the
AJ Green's been hurt for I think the past.
Yeah, I think he was hurt for like the past 2 years or like the year prior. He's definitely not the same. But let me get to this comment real quick. Let me give you a quick dab. Bam. Don't forget, we trade up. We spend more money on the players so we can have to save more money for the draft, which means less money in free agency. That's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you do trade up to you, do have to spend like a more premium price to like that top 7 or top 10 pick as well. But we still have cap. We do. I don't know what we're doing with it. We're just kind of sitting on it.
We could that cap be for hey, what if Larry wants to come back? So we're gonna save some cap. I don't know, but
yeah, maybe
there has been some ideas floating around about if Larry might he might just not sign with anyone, and if we make the playoffs, then he'll sign with us. Just that there's been ideas like that floating around, but who knows if it's true? Who knows? But that might be something he might be considering because to go through the whole regular season again to not make the playoffs, he probably would hate that. But
right,
we don't know.
I agree. Man. That would be cool. I definitely would sign him for a 1-year deal to get him that ring if we did it. But I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of optimism, and that this might be one of the few times where it's hard to be optimistic when the free agency pickups, although they were former Pro Bowlers, is just Cliff Kingsbury, man. Everybody told me like, hey, don't give him such a hard time. We're going to get an offensive coordinator. We'll be fine. We didn't get an offensive coordinator.
Cliff Kingsbury, I've been here. I hate him. I was 100% on board when we signed him because I know, in college he went to the whole losses in college. I don't really look at that as a big thing because at the end of the day he was the offensive coordinator. He was basically the play caller and the offensive guru there, and they were putting up huge numbers. It's just Texas Tech, they didn't have a defense. Nobody goes there to play defense, so you're not going to get any good defenders there.
Right.
But I think that Cliff he's terrible. He doesn't know how to call plays. He doesn't take accountability. He says, I mean, we've gone over this. He says they get paid, so they were better than us. Oh, you get paid to be better than them.
Yeah.
And most of the times we had a better roster. We were losing to C.J. Beathard and
John Wolford.
Like dude from the AAF that was a freaking analyst like 2 weeks probably before he got signed. But one thing about Kyle Pitts is like I said about in the chat, if you look at the recent Super Bowls, a lot of the teams that have made it or won had at least a good or great tight end. I mean, you could say that's just like a thing that happened, or you could say maybe tight end is a little bit important. But if Cliff, like everybody's saying, Cliff, we don't use tight ends. We don't use tight ends. Cliff doesn't use tight ends. But does that matter though? Because we think he's so bad, he's gonna get fired. So if he gets fired, you can bring in someone else that's gonna use him with D-Hop, Kyler Murray, and whatever else picks, or signings you have. Right. So I think that would be intriguing if you got Kyle Pitts and Eric Bieniemy still out there, because say Cliff gets fired, Eric B is probably gonna get a job next year, and we have not KC but we have a tight end like they do. Kelsey, we have Pitts. They have Patrick Mahomes. We have Kyler Murray. We have a better wide receiver than they do. We have D-Hop. they have Tyreek. Is
On paper, yeah. Well, I do think DeAndre Hopkins better than Tyreek. Tyreek's got speed, man. That guy's got some speed on him, and I think that's what makes him so great. But I do think DeAndre Hopkins better when it comes down to like the spectacular catches and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll let you go, man. I'll let you go. Okay.
All right.
All right, later, man. Cool. Yeah. So there's that. So I think Jordan P is basically just saying his dream scenario. That's what it is. So it's not so much that he's saying like we have to, because I think he understands that the whole trading of it all goes through. I think he's just trying to emphasize that that's his dream, which people can dream. people can dream. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, that's how we're going to end our stream here today. You guys been absolutely amazing. I know there's a lot of people going back and forth in the comments. Here's the bottom line. You guys, we can all talk to our heads, to our ears, till everything comes off our bodies. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't. It's what Steve Keim's evaluation board is. So I know there's a lot of people that are saying, hey, you did this on your mock draft and you did that on your mock draft. Mike traded away all his picks. That's true. I did. I one of my mock drafts I did. So we'll see what happens from here on out. Super excited, guys. Thank you so very much for being on here. Big shout out to Andy. I know you're not from the country, man. I'm glad that you actually made it on a live stream. Hopefully this was a good live stream that you're able to kind of get on and interact in the chat. Or if not, you just enjoy the show and had an overall good time, guys. Thank you so very much for being here. Fist bumps on the chat below. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so very much. I cannot wait for the draft party to get our channel members on here to hear their opinions, because after all, we're all Arizona Cardinal fans. We want the Arizona Cardinals to succeed. Let's get this going, guys. All right, y'all. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you so very much for being here, and I'm out. Thank you so very much. Bye.